Thank you all so much for coming, and you're going to hear from all members of the delegation to follow me, Congressman Whitman, and then Senator Warner and the other members of Congress who are here. We all stand united in this. You will also hear from one of the tribal representatives who's here, Steve Adkins, a dear friend and who worked with me when I was governor. This bill is so important. It is so important to Virginians. Next week, May 29th, is the anniversary of the Treaty of Middle Plantation, 1677. The Powhatan Confederation and the Nansemond tribe and some other tribes that no longer exist signed a peace treaty with the Queen. That treaty is in the Library of Congress. It's a known historical fact. It's a treaty that has been commemorated and recognized in a beautiful celebration that we hold each year when the tribes come to the Governor's Mansion in Virginia the day before Thanksgiving, and we share a meal and talk about the peaceful relations between these tribes and the Commonwealth. And yet, for all of that history and all of that recognition, and it's all clear in the history books and in the facts and at the Library of Congress, these tribes, uniquely the Virginia tribes, have never, ever been recognized by the federal government. As Congressman Moran mentioned, they haven't been recognized for a couple reasons. First, they made peace too soon. What a cruel irony. Most recognition begins with the peace treaty with the United States government. Because these tribes made peace with the Queen, with the English in 1677, that has been an obstacle for them. Second, their records were systematically destroyed by a eugenicist, Walter Plecker, who ran the state's Bureau of Vital Statistics for 40 plus years. He believed that Indians were colored and changed all the records, birth, marriage records, death records, systematically changed them, which has made it very difficult to succeed in the BIA process. And so this needs to be done. This is what this bill does. It is important for these tribes to be recognized because they deserve it. It is important these tribes to be recognized because there's been injustice committed against them throughout history, but especially in this paper genocide of the records. But it's also important for some very current matters. Here's one, the important remains of tribal members. The Smithsonian currently holds the remains of over 2,000 Virginia Indians, but it has not been the Smithsonian practice to return remains to tribes unless the tribes are federally recognized. These tribes would like the remains of their forebears and ancestors back so that they could bury them in accord with tribal traditions, and yet the absence of federal recognition has been one of the things blocking that from happening. And that's why we are here to say the bill, thank God for these House members. They've gotten this bill through the House a couple of times. Senator Warner and Senator Webb were able to get it through the Senate committee in the last Congress for the first time. We've come very, very close, but now is the time to make this a reality. I'm proud to sponsor this bill on the Senate side along with my friend Senator Warner. I'm incredibly just honored to be standing together with these tribal leaders who've pressed this just case for so long, and it's my hope we will get there.